Now is the time for some serious chaos as the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series takes on the Roval at the Bank of America Roval 400 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I will be driving Alex Bowman's number 88 Exalta Chevrolet. That is a fantastic paint scheme, though I will say it looked a lot better when they ran it at Atlanta with the brushed silver rims. I wish that were represented in pretty much any of the merchandise with this car because the black rims don't quite pop as much. So like I said, this is going to be chaos, probably in the video game and in real life. So let's see what happens with a 25% race here on the Roval. So chaos commenced. The Bank of America Roval 400. Brian Newman on the pole. Well, that's a hot take there, game. Brad Keselowski fails the post-qualifying inspection. He'll be at the back of the field. We roll off 18th in the 88 Exalta Hendrick Chevrolet. Actually, I think 17th now that Keselowski was penalized. And whoop. Well, that's thanks for that, game. The game didn't really start me in the best spot, and immediately the car decided to take off on me at the very beginning. So we lost a bit of position on the start, but actually it spread the field out a little bit, so we might actually have a pretty clean run here. This is a 27-lap race. 25% of the race distance, as Trevor Bayne bowled me over there, so I'll return the favor just a little bit as we head. Bayne gets up into the wall, but we'll all continue going. Oh, no, we won't. The yellow will come out. That's annoying. Before I even got to set the stage for the race. So it looks like we'll have one pit stop today. We won't need to do it right now. We only have 2 seconds of repairs. And quite frankly, losing the track position would not be worth it. Was told that they are not going to be using the chicane on the restarts, though, in real life, so that's probably a wise decision on NASCAR's part because they're preventing stuff like that from happening. And we immediately go yellow again. So clearly my car is struggling, or I'm struggling to get the car going on the restarts here, and we just continue to fall back through the field as we got Danica Patrick has passed us. So stage 1. Pretty much a shambles right now. Hopefully we can actually get this thing underway. So I'm going to really gradually bring the car up to speed. Pretty much first and second gear are pretty much worthless most of the time throughout this on this track. It just seems like you get so much wheel spin in first and second gear, it's not even worth using them most of the time. As I lose another position to Larson there. So we've lost 10 positions from the initial green flag.
Still there.
And I probably should have had not so strict cautions on because this is a road course race, but I suspect the way this race is going to go in real life, NASCAR is going to be very quick on the yellow flags because, as you can see, there's not a lot of room if something were to happen. So if somebody spins out in the middle of the infield here, there's probably going to be a yellow. It's not going to be a local yellow situation. It's going to be a full course yellow. As we head out onto the banking for the first time. Finally, we got out here and getting a good run on Kyle Larson and Brendan Gaughan. This is where you really see a lot of the difference in the setup of the cars as I really sent it down in there.
Left side.
And Michael McDowell slowed me up. I'm actually going to lose a spot somehow through that. Actually, it wasn't really necessarily McDowell. It was Austin Dillon who was very slow through there. Oh, as Hemrick just sends it down into the chicane there. But I'll get him back on the exit as several cars are very slow out of the corner.
Right side.
Down into third gear to get underneath Gaughan. And I'm beginning to start to find my way back to where I should have been near the start of the race as we're going to send it underneath Larson and Danica. And I'm just able to get around. I made a little bit of contact with the inside wall there. I've said this before, I'll say it again. This is the closest you'll ever get to NASCAR on a street circuit. Those walls are very foreboding and very close throughout this part of the track. So get out of second gear. Going to try to get the drive off of the final corner on the Roval part and on to the oval part on David Reagan. Looks like I'm going to have a run, but it's going to be on Stenhouse. And we'll get around him to the inside, possibly be able to get Reagan as well. I'm going to try to send it down into the chicane. That's a big braking move. But I made it. I pulled it off somehow. Woo. I thought for sure Reagan and I were going to come to blows in the chicane there. It was not going to be a pretty sight. Thankfully, I was able to make it through there. No problemo on the brakes. Trying to keep David Reagan away from me. He was looking. The AI really do send it through that final chicane as I get on the brakes, on the curbing, and now out through this little very, very reminiscent of a street course section, and then I get wrecked, or I wreck myself, I should say. Managed to get a yellow flag out of that, but that's a pretty big choke right there. So that wall, very unforgiving on the exit. That's unfortunate, but it will allow me to come into the pits. We've got 19 laps to go, so we will need some yellow flag to get to the end of this thing without another caution. Of course, there are stages, though, right?
Coming to the green, driver. All right, you ready?
So, where are the stages? I should have been at the end of the stage by now. Does stage racing not work on the Roval?
Stay right.
Apparently not.
Still
Because
there.
I was wondering what was going on because there was no stages. There were no stages for the Xfinity race either. And apparently there's no stages for this race either. The Cup Series, as I should have been in third gear there. You can see how badly the car was sliding in second as we kick up some dirt and sod right there. So yeah, that's really yeah, that's not good. That's a no bueno there for me to NASCAR Heat 3 because I was like, when are the stages gonna end? Apparently, it's a one-race stage, and I swear I set it to be a three-stage race. So why this didn't have or doesn't have stages is very confusing to me. Regardless, well, you still can't drive onto the apron to pass people. As McDowell's going to go very slow. In fact, everybody's going to go very slow. Except for Brad Keselowski, who's going to try to pass me in the chicane. Didn't quite work out for him. But boy, he tried. And look at this group of cars in front of me. Everybody very held up through the chicane. And now we're going to go into the second chicane here.
Left side.
On the main straight. Ooh, big hit under the outside wall there with Rhodes.
Clear, right side.
Not really helping me out, neither is Gilliland, as we're just going to smash Gilliland. And just send it three wide between Rhodes and Gilliland.
Clear to your right.
I've got a way better car than 33rd, I can tell you that. But we're going to try to work behind Austin Dillon, working next to Greg Galding here.
You're right. Hang tight there, driver.
Oh, just slide it right next to the walls. You can really gain a lot of time by being brave close to the walls, but it does require a certain level of commitment, shall we say. There we go, getting a good run onto the banking. Should be around Hemrick right here. We got a much better car than him, but again, we did have a little bit of damage from slamming into the wall and slamming into Gilliland. That's much better. Austin Dillon was very loose through there. Oh, look at that. We have Corey LaJoie slow, which is allowing me to go around the outside of my teammate William Byron, but somehow there's huge speed from LaJoie right there, but I'm going to send it into the chicane. Oh, no! Oh, I didn't get the braking right, and that brought the yellow flag out. But everybody is pitting, and now suddenly I have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. So guess what? David's going to go for some track position here. Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, and me are the leaders.
Coming to the green, driver.
Coming back to the green flag here on the Roval. And now the race really begins with 11 laps to go.
Clear, right side.
Can I hang on to the lead with a damaged car? Oh boy. Definitely ran wide through turn one. Chastain and Keselowski, and Chastain gets up to second in the premium motorsports car. This is, well, you wanted chaos, you're going to get it. Oh, Keselowski was able to pass Chastain. I was loose out of that corner. And so now the battle begins between me and BK. Oh, a little bit of contact with the wall. Here comes Keselowski, making that move. Newman and the Polstead are battling side by side, heading onto the oval. And Chastain has completely gotten mugged by everybody. He's gone. And now it's going to be Keselowski who's going to be trying to challenge me through the backstretch chicane here. Get on the brakes. This is where I can make up a lot of time. As you can see, oh, look, a contact with the tire barrier, though. That, oh man, I had so much momentum through there. I just didn't quite get the car slung through there properly. Newman makes the pass, but he makes it in a very strange place. Spins out, and that will bring out the yellow once again. So we'll be going back to the green. That was quite the move there from Mr. Newman. It wasn't the most wise idea in the entire world. So here we go. Keselowski and Harvick, two of what I would consider the big four in NASCAR now. Not just the big three anymore. Oh, look at that pass. Look at that outbraking maneuver from me. And Newman is still somehow up here, and he's somehow gotten to second place. But I was able to take that lead away on the restart from both Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick. So now it's going to be holding off the pole sitter of this race. I just realized there's a random golf cart down there. I wonder if you can hit that golf cart. Maybe that's a future video, future content. Maybe in the off season. Look at that! Oh, Newman, he slid to the inside. I mean, we're gonna try. We're gonna trade paint off in the final corner. Oh, right out next to the wall. And I come down into Keselowski there. So Newman leads the race. He got the lead back from me coming onto the banking. And now Kyle Busch running behind me. We got Brad Keselowski as well. Oh man, what an outbraking maneuver. What an outbraking maneuver on guidance counselor Brad right there. Now I've got to run on Ryan Newman. Bloomin' Newman, yellow out. We're going to have another restart. Oh my gosh. This is the chaos that I predicted at the beginning. No doubt about it. So now, Bloomin' Newman. Newman. On the front row with me. Keselowski, Kyle Busch. Here we go, back to green, and we're racing again at the Roval. 4 laps to go. Oh, getting to Newman. That's going to allow Keselowski to pounce at the moment. Oh, there's that outside wall that's been such a bugaboo for me today. So Newman is pulling away. Me with my damaged car, I'm going to just try to hang on to it right now. Hopefully I can make up some of the time in the chicane. I certainly made up a lot of time the last lap. But doing that is not going to help. Brad Keselowski is going to go down to the inside. He's going to take second for now. I'm going to slide all the way to the inside, make contact, and get a better drive off of the corner. Now come through the gears. And now it's going to be, this is going to be my opportunity to get Newman because I'm far enough away from Keselowski that I'm going to be able to send it full chat through the chicane. Oh, just a little bit of contact. Well, that's a lot of contact. Well, there's a little bit of contact on the inside, a lot of contact on the outside. 1.3 seconds behind Ryan Newman. But this time I can kind of drive the chicane the way I want to, the second chicane anyway. Newman goes through the grass. You saw a big plume of dust come up as he really cut the chicane that time. He's boogieing for all it's worth, and so am I as I lift off the gas just a little bit. Still 1.3 seconds the gap, but the gap is kind of maintained between me and Newman, and Keselowski's long gone. He's fallen way back, 1.8 seconds behind. And now Newman got a way better run off of that corner than I did, and we go through here. I'm sliding the car quite a bit, catch that apex curve not very well because I hit the wall. Oh, don't hit the tire barrier, David. That is a bad place to hit. Not because it's tires, but because this game needs, the immovable object, and that would mean me pretty much toast in this race as we go through the gears. Still got guidance counselor Brad behind me. I'm going to have to block him into the chicane right now. That's not going to be a problem at the moment because Keselowski slows up quite a bit. There, I'm into the wall again. So clearly I've lost the aerodynamic advantage my car once had through there because I just absolutely pile drove those tires. Oh boy, look at that drift out of the final corner with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go here, and that was just about as close to wrecking as possible. Game lagged a little bit. That may mean, if it means what it used to mean in the other NASCAR heats, that something has happened in the back and there's possibly going to be a caution flag green-white checker situation. Not going to happen yet. Oh, Keselowski. I missed that corner badly, and Keselowski slipped through on the inside. I'm going to catch the wall, catch Kyle Busch, catch the tires. Chase Elliott goes through on the outside, but he's on the wrong side of that corner, so Kyle Busch will pounce. Go to the inside now. I'm going to send it up the inside. Use Kyle Busch on the exit and get off of the corner better than him. Denny Hamlin follows me through, so we go up to 4th gear, 3rd place. And now let's see if I can get this chicane a little bit better this time. Let's not slam the wall. I know I can make up a lot of time if I just miss the inside wall, which I didn't. I just keep missing that third apex. And it's going to cost me again because Kyle Busch easily going to slip through there and through right now into that 3rd spot. But I'm going to try to get back on the podium as we got 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank of America, as I'm driving through the corner side by side with Kyle Busch. Oh, the wall almost got me. The wall almost got me. Ooh, on the brakes.
Clear.
And I managed to send it through there. Well, Brad, guidance counselor Brad's going to go from worst to 2nd, and I may go from 18th to 3rd. We'll see what happens here. The Toyotas, them damn cheating Toyotas, right behind me. Oh, Lordy. Here they come. Toyotas. The Yoders. They're coming. They're coming, Jethro. They're coming for us. Oh, God, I got into the wall. Here comes Hamlin. We're going to rough Hamlin up. Junior Nation goes wild. Oh, I better be careful here. Looking behind. Here comes Hamlin down to the inside. He's not going to have anything for me in the chicane. This time I'm going to try to... There we go. That's much better. If I had had that the last couple of laps, I'd probably still have 2nd, but it's not going to be. Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman. The game is predicting will win. He's getting the brand new contract bump, and he's looking very strong in 31. I crashed right coming through the final chicane, and I'll take 3rd. Podium finish somehow, but look at how badly damaged that Exalta Camaro is. Holy smokes. So let's take a look at the highlights here as I took the green flag. Not a whole lot to go over there. That was just contact. The yellow flag almost immediately came out, and we'll keep going here. Let's see if we can see Ryan Newman. Well, there's me and David Gillen making some contact in the chicane. The 2nd chicane, I should say. There's a lot of chicanes on this track. And then here comes the yellow on lap 17. Denny Hamlin appears to be involved in this one. Oh, okay. So I guess they threw the yellow for a guy getting squirrely in the chicane. Okay. Interesting that the yellow would come out for that. Let's take a look at the next highlight. Here is the contact with Ryan Newman, and that you would have thought that would have meant that Ryan Newman was going to be out of this race. But in this restart, man, there's Ryan Newman in 4th, but look at this 3-wide pass on the inside, brakes completely locked up. And here's Jimmy Johnson and Ryan Blaney making some contact. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm surprised they didn't throw the yellow for that one. Look at the back up in the chicane. Well, that was because the yellow came out for something else, or possibly for that. Hard to tell. And here's the pass for 3rd place on Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin followed me through. And then we get to the end of the race as I made the final pass on Cal for 3rd. So as you saw, Ryan Newman took the lead and the win over Brad Keselowski and myself. Ross Chastain managed to get a 13th place finish. We go down through the rest of the field. David Gillen, the only car 1 lap behind the race. So, what do you think of that? Do you think it's going to be that chaotic, more chaotic, less chaotic? Do you think Ryan Newman will win? Let me know down in the comments who you think will win the real-life race, or if the NASCAR Heat 3 is accurate in their assumption that Ryan Newman will take a road course win on the Roval. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button on and subscribe for more NASCAR Heat, NASCAR, and motorsport content. We'll see you in the next video.